Today I have a Minecraft girly house which has a modern updated exterior and interior design that you guys are gonna love. Welcome guys to another video. I was super excited to make this build. This was the first time that I made a really girly house and I'm really in love with this style. You can change the clay and concrete colors to make any color scheme that you want. If you're looking to change things up or make it in your own favorite color, this is a pretty simple change to make since I basically only used 3 different colors. I also have a world download for this build available, so be sure to check that out in the description. You can probably already tell that I am using the 5x5 building system where you create the structure shape by connecting multiple 5x5 cubes together. This system is so amazing and it makes everything seem to just magically fit together. This mansion has a very large looking design, but it doesn't use as much space as you would think. The front of the house also really has a suburban feeling with the classic contemporary style sidewalk, street, and driveway. The house looks pretty boxy with it being so tall, but once I added in the roof and the beam-like details to the outside, it really brings in a lot of variation and personality to the exterior. Putting the quartz slabs around the wall between the levels on the tower section helps to break apart the rectangle shape. Most modern houses have these very square type roofs that extend a decent amount outwards from the walls. You'll also see varying levels of roof. With this design, I have 3 roof levels that go up in a stair step type fashion. You don't want the roof to be completely flat, so I used the quartz slabs to gradually staircase up into a very flat pyramid shape on each roof section. You can see here I went in and put all of my imaginary 5x5 cubes around to extend the house back and get my general layout decided. First I decided how big I wanted the house to be extended back, and then I go through and choose what rooms I wanted to include in the build. I used to play a lot of The Sims 3 back in the day, so making a suburban house like this clicked really well with me. Tell me in the comments if you're also a fellow Sims player too. For the rooms, I decided I wanted to have a kitchen, a dining room, laundry room, living room, mudroom, office, bedroom, and garage. One trick when doing your exteriors is to use blocks like slabs and staircases. You can even spice things up like I did here by altering upside down and right side up staircases to make a pattern, and you can do that with slabs too. When I first did the wall with straight up purple blocks, it looked pretty flat. If you have a block alternative where you can have alternating vertical and horizontal blocks, that is a super easy way to make a flat wall all of a sudden more interesting. You can do the same thing with floors as well. I've just added a lot of character to the front of this building. The building was still looking not girly enough for my taste, so naturally I ended up adding some adorable flower boxes to it. If you elevate a grass block above another block, you have room to place a lever underneath it, and that's how I was able to use the iron trap doors to make that modern flower box style. For the road, I just used some andesite, which has a really good concrete look. If you want the road to look like it's been freshly paved, I do suggest using a darker block like black clay or something of that darker grade shade. For the path leading up to the front door, I used a variety of blocks. I used path block, soul sand, podzol, and brown carpets, which helped to blend all the colors together. Landscaping is a very important aspect to anything that you build in Minecraft. When it comes to trees, there's no wrong way to build a tree since they grow in so many different ways, and there are so many different types of trees out there. I originally built a large droopy willow tree in the front lawn, but it ended up blocking too much of the house, making it harder to see for the purpose of this video. However, in your survival world, you could really create a nice environment around the house by adding a lot of larger trees and greenery all around it. Don't be afraid of adding a lot of things like that to this design, even if it blocks some of the house. It'll create a really nice ambience. This house really feels like a Barbie house. When I played with Barbies, it was all castle-style doll houses, which makes me think that I should build a girly castle next. For real though, if you guys like this girly house and want to see me make a pink castle, let me know in the comments and I'll do it. I added a light post just as a sample of something you could add to the street. It'll hopefully get your ideas rolling if you plan to expand this theme into a luxurious pink suburban neighborhood, which in my opinion would be really epic. Also, one last thing about trees is, if you're wanting to make them blend in more with the ground and look more grown in, I always like to add some leaves to the base of the tree, and that helps a lot. The captivating brightness of this pink color really makes this design stick out from any other houses you might see on the block. So if you're trying to stick out from your friends, this house will definitely do it. I used a lot of trapdoors for this interior, mainly because soon you could use all of the new trapdoors that were added in the 1.13 update if you were to play in that version. You will be able to place things on the trapdoors and use them as functional shelves in the update, so I've included some shelves in the kitchen as an example of where you could place those if you were to build in 1.13. You could also change up the chairs that I had sitting on the floor by using a different style or color of trapdoor. All of this furniture is very livable, or should I say sittable. Since this is a girly themed house, I have added a lot of item frames around the house that include flowers in them, just to add some elegance to the inside. The laundry room and this dining room were both very small rooms, which allowed me to add a lot of small details that end up taking up a lot of the room, making it feel like a lot is actually going on. You'll also see a lot of these modern chandelier type lights throughout the house's rooms. By placing an iron trap door over a sea lantern block, it's a great way to hide the block and help to not make it look like you just slapped a light block on the ceiling and called it done. You can also add slabs around it to make it look more built into the ceiling. And one other method that uses the end rods is to place the iron trap door at the end of the end rod. This is honestly one of my favorite rooms in the house. We have a little carpeted section where you could have a wolf, and we've used a flower pot like a food bowl for your dog. This TV is like a mounted flat screen TV. I would always end up putting my TV on one solid black wool block, making it look like a super boxy TV from the 2000s. Or I'd end up putting it directly onto the wall, making it look like a painting and not a TV. So by having the stone wall block behind the paintings, it gives us that mounted flat screen look. I also used this stone wall block to make some stereo towers on the side. The mudroom is a pretty simple design where I have added some shelves where you could have imaginary boots, or if you wanted it to look more realistic, you could add some item frames towards the ground with some boots in them. The garage is empty because I went partying and took my car out. But the actual truth is that my husband Ben is really good at building Minecraft cars, but wasn't able to build one in time for the video. He will be posting a car tutorial on this channel soon though, so stay tuned for that if you're looking to add a sports car to this mansion of yours. Now we go on to the second floor. The second level has all of your stereotypical suburban rooms and some. The Sims really did inspire a lot of this pink madness we have created. Whenever I played on my Sims game, I was always a single woman and had the most girly houses ever. Whenever I did get married in the game, it felt really weird having a man living in my over-the-top girly lifestyle. I'd end up changing everything to a more gender-neutral color scheme. When that happened in my game, it made me really dread getting married IRL because I'd have to change my whole style. But now that I'm married in real life, I actually get away with more feminine decorations than I thought I would. So if you're like me and worry about that sort of stuff, don't worry any longer. You can totally get away with some blues, purples, or, light pink shades for your house's color scheme. However, building a pink house like this IRL would definitely be pushing it. I'll have to put that dream in the trash for multiple reasons. One being it would be pretty difficult to find some materials to build this exterior of a house. This bedroom design is another one of my favorite rooms. We have another flat screen TV up here along with this L-shaped couch, which includes a footrest if you wanted to kick your feet up and watch Barbie and the Nutcracker. The bedroom and living room joint suite design has a really lofty, comfortable feeling, like you could just chill up here all day. You could even take out the wall in between the living room and the bedroom if you wanted a more spacious, open floor plan. This bed has a very interesting design with the iron trap doors extending over the bed like a modern canopy. We also have a nice sitting area with a view out the front of the house. The closet in the room also has a practical amount of storage. If you wanted a larger storage area, you could also add in a pink basement area with maybe another lounging room and a pool table to fit our lifestyle. Thank you guys for all the support. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you want me to build a pink castle next. Also remember, the world download is in the description if you want to see this build up close.